Just start talking like we normally do, mate. Let's get some good dribble in. Good dribble, mate.
Yeah, I'm struggling to hear a third voice today, although I do have one in my head. I'm not sure if anyone else can hear it. It is a little bit worrying, but nevertheless, we'll just chuckle along, keep the vibe of the show rolling.
Are you okay?
I think I am okay, although it sounds like someone outside has decided they want to make a tapping noise. A little bit of a tap, tappity tap, tap, tap. Obviously plays a bit of GT Sport himself.
It's been hanging out with Nitro.
Yeah.
No, Nitro's been doing all right. What's going on, buddy? How you been?
I've been really, really well, mate. Yourself?
Fantastic, mate.
Well, another week must have rolled by, and we're squeezing in a couple of minutes to do the old podcast. I do have one thing of interest, though. I've just been reading about Forza 8, or AKA, they're not going to call it Forza Motorsport, or they're not even going to call it Forza Motorsport 8. Apparently, they're just going to call it Forza. So,
ooh, where did you read this, mate? I have not. Fill me in. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too, because I was reading about it. Apparently, they're going to have this new crazy crash hot ranking system for online, new improved ghosting and penalty systems. Not that I ever played any other Forzas from like Forza 4, but it's got me super excited because GT Sport feels like it's right at its end of life, and the rumor is if GT7's just GTS, then what's the big deal? So, got to get excited about something. So that's my new project. I was like, because a few of the blokes are moving on to PCs lately. I'm thinking that's probably not going to happen for me. So maybe I'll pick up an Xbox and try the Forza route. Go and see if I can get in Team F4H or whatever it is. Who's the Forza team? All the cool cats. Mate.
No, you don't need to be cool to do that. But then, getting an average PC to play some racing games is going to be cheaper than buying an Xbox.
Nah, because my kids have got Xboxes, so I'll just steal theirs.
I'm waiting for Forza 8 before I can pull the trigger on an Xbox, but
yeah, the write-up looked really good. Apparently they're going to do the whole GT Sport thing. They're not going to go any cars. They reckon it'll be the least amount of cars they had in the game with a purely racing focus. So
well, yeah. I know that they were redoing the whole mechanics system, and I can't remember which tyre mob they're using, but they are going the route of ACC, I think, with tyre data, etc.
Yeah, I did see a little Michelin man in the film clip, and I was like, would Michelin really sponsor 2 games? But if you got the cash, why not? Can't hurt.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's them paying Michelin, really. So
yeah,
because don't think many people are buying Michelin tyres in real life. So might as well buy it in game.
It could be a case of too simmy, but it did look interesting because it said they're going to have real air pressure on each track.
Yes.
So each car will have a different amount of horsepower depending on its altitude and different aero interactions with the car depending on the weather. Like if it's hot and dry versus cold and overcast and whatever, the aerodynamics on the car are going to be different. It said the tracks are going to rubber in as well. So it sounds like they might have, like, you might be able to have a Friday session on a green track, and then by the time you race on Sunday, the track will have ramped up.
But I think this is what console needs, mate. Like, yeah. I was talking to Jad about this the other day, that why, even with this generation, like your PS4 and last generation, your PS4 and your Xbox One, there was a bit of power there to get close to sim racing. But now that we've got, PS5 and the new Xbox, they're powerful enough, even more powerful to PC specs, to be able to give console gamers finally a racing simulation, not a SimCade. Like, don't get me wrong, I I love GT Sport.
Yep.
It's it's not the real driving simulator. It's
a bit fun.
it's an arcade game. It's SimCading, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's made for excitement, and the online. It's awesome. It's always been awesome with GT Sport how they did that.
Yep.
But are we just going to get another GT Sport? Like I've seen comments in the Discord of, I know because a lot of drivers have finished up.
Yeah.
They just it is end of life of the game. There's no one playing it. Like the online playing against other drivers makes GT Sport.
Yep.
But if no one's playing it, why?
Yeah,
why
it's that
kind of
mass thing, isn't it?
continue on? It's not a hatred of the game.
Yeah.
But I noticed sort of Maxi saying if you're sort of waiting for GT7, it's kind of going to be maybe just sort of GT Sport. Then what are you waiting for GT7? But it's kind of vice versa too. If you're expecting just GT Sport in GT7, you're going to be disappointed as well, because we're going to get the same game. We all sort of know that. We're going to get GT Sport with Gran Turismo 6.
Yeah, glued together.
And that's not...
The funny thing I'm just thinking about was I was really excited about having all those like what I was saying. I like tracks that rubber in, but they're the same things I don't like in the games, because then they become too too time consuming, too taxing to learn. Yeah, because it's a tough.
But is that because you've just always just played Gran Turismo? But
I don't know. No, but I swapped to Forza. I played Forza 1, 2, 3, 4, and I really love having all the tyres and the adjustabilities and all that kind of stuff. But then in the end, I think there's a point. I think your driving skill has to be above and beyond before you can start tuning, which leads me into what I was listening to in this week's driving podcast, where that's exactly what they were talking about. They're like, there's no use tuning cars until you've 9.9 tenths tune the driver. Otherwise, you're just changing shit that you don't know what it does. So,
yeah, but I mean, the majority of those sim games, I mean, the tuning's already done for you. Like, there's going to be tuners that tune. Like, I mean, you talk about ACC, and people get, oh no, it's too much. Like, it's too, when really it's pretty basic. It's the setups there are pretty standard. Your aggressive setup is pretty full on, and all you're worrying about really is your tire pressure, which is not too hard to manage. And the focus really for ACC is driving.
Yeah. Well, I'm all about like that tire pressure thing. Like everything, I think should be locked or BOP'd, but I don't mind changing tire pressures, because like in IRL, that's what you would be doing. Like when I used to go to the track, that's the only thing I would tune is my tire pressures and monitor it, and then monitor my tire temps, just for interest's sake, to see what different laps were putting different energies through different parts of the tires and whatnot, to see if I could aid my alignment. So maybe, like I do want tuning, I would love for like Gran Turismo to have that to be the next step, actually, that we could have cold tire temps before the race. You get to do your cold tire temps, and then at the end you get to check whatever your warm tire temps were. Pressures. You get to do your cold tire pressures, and at the end of the race you just get when that flash screen where you came first or whatever, it just gives you your tire temps for each tire and your tire pressures on each tire for the end of the stint. And then it's all the info you need, really. See where you're wearing, see what you're doing wrong. Because it's sort of similar to the brake balance adjustment. Just tiny little things that really give you like an insight, because a lot of like MX5 racing, that's the only adjustment you're allowed. Everything's fixed. and you change your pressures. It becomes a fine art for different tyre manufacturers, but in the game, I don't know, because that's one thing that I really like about GT is the no setups and everything's locked. But I would like either to be BOP'd for every track, or say, because you might be able to do that adjustment with a couple of cars if they be, you know what I mean? You might be able to get a couple of tenths out of a slower car with some good adjustments.
Well, I mean,
makes it more exciting.
We still really don't know what is going to be happening with GT7. I mean, they have kept it pretty quiet.
Which generally makes you believe that it'll be exactly the same game, because there's no rumours coming out, do you know what I mean?
No, well, I mean, there hasn't been much information, and the rumour mill is we're looking at a March, April sort of release, and we've seen the menu system, etc. But I mean, what are we actually getting from GT Sport mode? Are we just getting GT Sport thrown in? I mean, we're not going to know, of course, until it releases, and we're all going to play it. I mean, we love Gran Turismo, but hearing the Forza stuff is
exciting. It makes me want to play it.
More exciting to me at the moment, like from what you've just said. And I don't think they'll make it too difficult. I think they're just throwing out, all right, this is what we're going to be able to do.
I think all that stuff should be enabled in lobbies and relevant in like the offline racing. So in career mode and lobby mode, but maybe in like the ranked online racing, it's a bit stricter. There's a bit more restricted setups or whatnot.
Yeah, I don't think that'll let it fully blow out.
Because then you get old mate in team Redline making one tune and giving it to 3 team Redline players, and then that's it. No one else in the world can go that quick.
Yeah. But I mean, they did that with number 7. I mean, there was tunes for. You could grab a tune for any car, jump in it, have a quick squirt, and you'd get your base sort of tune. But then you'd find the top rated ones were always drivable.
Yeah,
kept the field pretty close, and so I mean, that's good news, I reckon.
Yeah, me too, and especially if they can do online enduros, mate. That's where I was really hoping ACC would do, like bring online enduros to PlayStation, and then it'll force Gran Turismo to up in their game as well. Like if they see all the stuff that Forza are going to do, they're like, oh, how can we sit on our laurels? Do you know what I mean? They have to make the next step.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's just so much more you could do to get it closer to a. I mean, when I say I want to, I'd love to see a sim game on console. I mean, I don't think there's any full simulation game really. We don't drive cars. I don't know what it is, but it's there's just so much more they could try and do, because I think there's a market for it. There's a market for that iRacing style, ACC style, R-Factor style game on a console. People will play it.
Because the one thing that, like, I think that the consoles have is the locked in. Everyone's on the same system.
Well, it's a performance lock,
so old mate can't be on his triple screens with bloody 700 graphics cards running full hydraulic setups, racing old mate on his 32 centimeter single screen CVT.
Well, I would like to be that old mate with the triple screens and the motion.
Yeah, but you're in the same race together, and it's like, well, how's that remotely fair or even or anything like that?
But I mean, if you're just setting your sights on Gran Turismo all the time, I think you're just missing out on so many other games, so many other racing experiences, man. Like, and I know it's hard because people have only got one console, or I mean, even people that are just on PC. It's the same thing, but it's I just don't think there shouldn't be that boundary, of that Well, just for the console versus PC as well. Like the
Yeah.
new consoles can perform better than a PC.
That is the good thing about Forza, though, as well, isn't it? Because you can play that on PC v the console guys, can't you? And
Yes. So 7, all that, because it's Microsoft. It's all available for PC.
And then that expands your player base as well.
Well, that's what I mean. That's why Forza 7 was so huge online when it took off. And I mean, it only took them not that long, and they were already onto the esports series as well.
Yep.
And I mean, they had a pretty big esports series.
Yep.
But people just don't talk about it because it's that fanboyism of I've always played GT Sport, it's so much better kind of thing, and it's just you're just a fanboy.
I was going to say, I wouldn't say GT's Gran Turismo is better, but I'm definitely a Gran Turismo fanboy. Like after you've tried the other side of the fence, you can see you really wish both games would join each other and take it to the next level.
But I think they're good for each other.
It's
how they get better. It's how they both. Any game will just get better and better by having competition and playing the other game.
Yeah, exactly. And this is why I was hoping, like, that's it. They dropped the release date too. It's February next year.
For Forza?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like I'm getting an Xbox in February.
I was going to say,
honey buddy, Mrs. Ferbs.
I need a windfall. I need to start cutting flour.
Or you should have thought about the recent purchase you just made. Let's talk about that one, buddy.
Oh yeah, I just picked up what are they called? Back playable, reverse playable,
backwards compatible,
compatible. PS3. So I'm about to relive my glory days of when I used to be the single fastest person in the room.
Yes.
In Gran Turismo.
Yes. All your friends were like, yep, you're so good at this game.
Oh, how do you do it, mate? Like, how do you sit there and play 5-hour enduros with broken thumbs and whatever else you did? No feeling left in your fingers because you've squeezed the trigger so hard you don't realize you need to put the pounds of pressure.
So fast against this AI. It's unbelievable, man.
Yeah, there was a day there when my brother used to kick my ass, actually. But I sat down and I grinded away until I cut that off at the pass.
So PS3, welcome back, mate. Welcome back to the PS3, because I know you would have thrown out a few PS3s and PS2s and PS1s.
One, if not two.
But at least
I don't know how many PS1s I've got rid of, but I've definitely got rid of 4 or 5 PS2s.
Well, at least you've got one machine now to play them all.
Yeah, well, I just got to acquire the games now. That's the hard part. Well, it's not the hard part.
Well, it is pretty hard in New Zealand by the sounds of it.
Yeah, it actually is. With
the lack of online shopping availability and outrageous prices.
We've got all the outrageous prices, mate.
Yeah,
if you need an outrageous price, we'll get it.
Pick up a set of V3 pedals for $1,000. What?
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Yeah, not much.
So you're gonna get on board to you're gonna start at the start, mate. You're going to Gran Turismo.
Yeah, going straight. Or the idea is to go back to number 1. I didn't really have a budget to buy one, and this means Sandra's Christmas presents might be not worth as much as they could have been. And
so I'm so sorry for your loss, Sandra. If you are listening, I am sorry.
Yeah. So so I also squeezed out a new streaming thingamabob, I don't know, a recording thing so I can record PS3 gameplay. So I've literally spent my whole week's pay back to zero balance.
So you've basically bought a PS5 or an Xbox.
Yeah. But it seemed like a good idea at the time because I wanted to get my nostalgia on before Gran Turismo 7 came on.
Was a good idea, mate.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll pick up that over the next week or two, and then turn on or acquire and turn on GT1 for the very first time, and hopefully get more than 7 or 8 minutes gameplay out of it before it gets turfed in the bin. And then,
Great, that's what's going to happen. I can see it. Not
yeah.
even going to get a chance to do some like time trialing with you, mate. That's the whole idea, mate. It's going to be
Yeah.
battles, mate.
It's going to be on. So I'm going to be. So we'll see that on the YouTube channel shortly. We'll see some GT1 content. And I was thinking
Awesome.
that GT7 might be about 7 months away. So I was going to do 6 months of GT. So 1 month of GT1 content, 1 month of GT2 content, and all the way to the build up to GT7.
Mate,
So,
if you can finish every game in 1 month,
no, not finished.
Yeah,
Just some content, mate.
It's not going to happen, mate.
We can dream.
It is brutal out there, mate. The AI wants to murder you.
Yeah, well,
It's gonna be
like I said, I might not even last. I might not even last 7 minutes, mate. Might put it in, and just go. This hurts. I can't be bothered doing this crap. This was such a good idea 3 weeks ago. It's actually the worst idea I've ever had.
I just know that might happen, but I might get a text or something. Yeah, no, this shit.
But the PS3 combo that I bought came with every SingStar and 2 SingStar mics, mate. So I've got
get it on, mate.
Yeah, so we might have some SingStar content. That'll be pretty bloody
in Exile Garage.
Yes,
going SingStar mode.
Yeah, watch out, mate. Get them ears.
We'll be able to rock on, mate. I mean, I've got all the Guitar Heroes, mate, on Xbox. You know, I'd love to stream them, mate. Love that stuff.
That would be next level, huh?
Hey.
Yeah.
Just throwing sim racing out the window, mate.
Yeah, mate. What is sim racing? I don't even remember anymore.
Let's get party mode stuff happening. A bit of Fortnite, bit of this, bit of that.
Yeah. It's all about the parties. Yeah, so there might be a few SingStar sessions, so I might not be available Fridays and Saturday nights from here on out.
Well, with the parties that you have, mate, I think that might be the winning ticket, mate.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to cheekily record them, that's for sure, and magically bring them up at birthday parties. Just on the low. Yeah, no, should be fun, mate. Should be fun. But yeah, Gran Turismo, eh? The next is Xbox backwards compatible, because the next thing you'll see me do is go out and try and get one of those and do my Forza, try and relive my glory Forza days.
Yeah, nah, not really backwards compatible to that point. For all your Forza, your early Forza stuff, you'd need a 360. But I mean, they're cheapest chips over here. They're like I'm pretty sure
I've still got some. Actually, I probably threw them out with the PlayStations.
How could you, mate? I got all those Forzas. Yeah, I never completed all the Forzas either.
Yeah.
I feel empty.
Yeah, I think I had one race to go on the Forzas, on Forza 1 and Forza 2.
Oh, 7. 7's the only one that I've completed the campaign, because that was pretty short. And then it was just all online racing. But 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I'd love to get an original Xbox to...
Well, I injured myself at work in Forza 3, I think it was. Forza 2, Forza 3. Went in one of those, and anyway, I milked that for a few days, and I literally just grinded it. I went and bought it. I went and bought the Xbox, the game, and then I sat down for like 12, 15-hour stints for 2, 3, 4 days in a row and just smashed the entire game out. It was fucking brutal. But yeah, so 99% in under a week. I did a lot of driving. Like more driving than I can imagine. I think I went back to sort of Gran Turismo 1, Gran Turismo 2 style, where you just sat there and just pumped it out, race after race after race after race, getting that low blood sugars because you hadn't eaten for hours on end.
It's just a different endurance level when you're on the controller, mate. When you're sitting at the wheel, the things just get a bit sloppy and tired, I reckon.
Yeah.
You just want to be able to couch it up.
Yeah, well, this is the first time I've ever had a wheel. I can't remember the first time I went and tried one. I've tried one somewhere. I think I played Grid 1 on someone's wheel. Used to do drifting. We used to do these drift comps on Grid 1, I think it was. Yeah,
Gran Turismo 4 was my first wheels, the Driving Force Pro.
Yeah. So what's that? G25? Oh, you just told me, didn't you? Driving Force.
Yeah, the Logitech before the way before the G27 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then we got the terrible Microsoft wheel just so I could race Forza.
Yeah. You sound like a very committed to wheels kind of bloke. I always never liked them. I was like, there's no way there's no way a wheel's any good.
It took me a while, man. And I had plenty of I had heaps of sim rig setups as well.
Yeah.
So I've had probably 4 or 5 sim rigs.
Really?
And then we just lost interest in the racing. I think we'll just even Forza 5. It was just like I'm bored.
Yeah.
Gran Turismo. Oh, not another one. Great.
It was like that, wasn't it? I dropped off for 5 and 6, and Forza 5 and 6 as well.
Then we just munged on normal games. But now we're back, and now we're gone.
Back with the vengeance.
So, any daily racing for you? I mean, what is going to be your thing? You kind of at the end of GT Sport.
Yeah, I was thinking I'd still probably do just one daily race session a week, and then one qualifying video, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. I try and get motivated, but I just keep finding other things to do. It's like, got to go here and do this, got to go there and do that. Should be doing this as well.
Yeah.
And ranking up my DR is not on the list of things to do.
So yeah, what's that? Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Well, I'm in the middle of packing and getting ready to move early next year, so there won't be much of me on track. I'll be a little bit more of NASCAR. We've got the winter series coming up in a week or so. So me and Devs are going to be entering into that one and see how we go.
That's it. You've been playing that for a couple of weeks now, haven't you?
Yeah, really liking the NASCAR. Good career mode. Went online and got murdered. It was quite funny. Just dudes don't know how to drive in a straight line.
Yeah.
Still swerving all over the place. But it's good fun. Something different.
Yeah.
But apart from that, just watching. Doing more watching than playing, mate. If someone's got a stream up, I'm there.
Yeah. Yeah, old Loops has been a bit quiet.
Yeah, what's going on, Loops?
Yeah, come on, mate. Get those streams up, bro.
Had you on the show, talked you up, and then you disappeared, mate.
Ghosted us.
Well, it's GR4s this week, so Loops will be on.
Yes, going full serious mode.
He'll be on track. Willow Springs, it's his track. It's in the top 10.
It's a good track. I really like it. Like I said, after having to grind 1,000 or 2 kilometres for the Louis Hammy Challenge, that track just is a fave now.
Yeah, well, that week we did the dailies there. I mean, I hated that track.
Yeah.
Because I remember doing the Hammy Challenge just to get golds, and I hate that crap. And I thought, this track sucks. I'm just on the dirt all the time. But then when GR4s for that week, it was like, it's a bloody good track, man. Very challenging.
Yeah.
Nice, flowy, good speed. But it is a TT track.
Yeah. Do you know that car's actually called the TT Cup car? It's not called the Audi TT Group 4. It's called the Audi TT Cup car.
Is there a TT Cup that we don't know about?
Well, I think Group 4 is the TT Cup because the TT Cup car is the car.
Well, so it's green. I think as Loopy had said on Discord that he likes TT Sport. It's not. it's not GT Sport anymore. It's TT Sport.
Yeah, that is pretty funny.
That's all it is. Audi.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm thinking it's time to just get on this Forza bandwagon, bro.
Go Forza, mate. Love a bit of Forza.
Finish up this podcast. Get back onto me Googling. try to work out how much I can get for all this PlayStation crap I've got.
Just sell it all. sell it all, mate.
Quickly buy a bloody. What do I need? A wheel. I need the Xbox wheel to plug me base in.
Yeah, you just need the WRC wheel.
Yep.
That's
Bob's your uncle,
Xbox,
mate.
and you're all
Game
done,
on.
mate.
Let's
Good
go.
to go.
Sorted.
So we've got what do we got next week? We've got Hugh.
Yeah, that's true.
Hugh next week. So we're doing a mix of his podcast interviewing stuff, and that'll be our podcast as well.
Yep.
So I'm sure we'll be asking him some questions as well for once.
Yeah, share it around, mate. Share the love.
Share it round. So that will be good, and a few other things coming up in the near future. Try and change the format a little bit, and
That should be fun, mate. Should be fun.
Kick some goals into the new year as we wind down for the silly season, mate.
Yeah, that's it. Not long to go now.
No.
Not long at all.
It's all over. 2020. What a year.
Woo! Jesus. It's the greatest, mate. It was the greatest. Actually, it was good. I did get a bit of time to learn how to drive, so.
Yeah, it's been a good year for racing, mate. So, and, we've met a hell of a lot of people.
Yeah, no, that's been good.
This year, and so, yeah, keep branching out and checking out some other people. Shout out to CJMAC for chucking up his Movember event was last night, raising money for men's mental health, and he did a top job. Had the Australian race late last night and the international one this morning. So, lots of donations. Good job, mate. If you don't know who CJMAC is, go check him out on Twitter.
Yeah.
I mean, not Twitter, Twitch, whatever you call, where the cool kids hang out.
Yeah, where all the kids hang out.
We'll be red for life, mate.
Tube will die.
Yeah, no, that's it. All right, mate. Well, thanks for the dribble.
Easy. Yeah, always fun, mate. Always fun.
And let's go Bottas, mate. Let's go.
P1, Finland.
Murder it all.
D-Rick for life.
Yeah. All right, bro.
Catch you, mate.
See you, bro.
See you.